Greetings, Mike Perlman here for Techno Buffalo, reporting from my office. Today's review is the Panasonic Lumix DMC-ZS15. If you're wondering what I'm drinking in this mug, it's not tea today, it's lemon ginger echinacea juice. Stay tuned to find out if the ZS15 has what it takes to make a splash in the entry-level point-and-shoot market. Hello everyone and welcome to my review of the Panasonic Lumix DMC-ZS15. If anyone out there has a cold, echinacea is nature's remedy. Moving on, the Panasonic Lumix DMC-ZS15 is the company's entry-level, higher-end entry-level point-and-shoot camera. So this shares a lot of features with the ZS20, but it keeps the price down. This is a $280 camera. We'll start with design. The Lumix ZS series is known for being very basic and plain on the outside. If you took a ZS camera from 2006 and told me it was a 2012 model, I wouldn't think twice about it. Really, Panasonic, the only thing that they've done over the years is slim down the size a bit and swap a few buttons here and there. But if you look at the external design, we still have old-fashioned switches and dials that throw us into camera and playback mode. There's a small mode dial. There's a static four-way directional pad without any sort of circular control. And we have a basic 3-inch 460,000 pixel display. Now underneath, this camera houses an 895 milliamp hour battery. It did not give me the best battery life, and there's a wimpy built-in flash up top here. But one of the great things about the ZS15 is that it has a profound 16x optical zoom. Reach for the skies, baby. The lens also has a 25mm wide-angle capability, which means you could fit a lot more into your shots. But overall, the design of the ZS15 is very basic. Now, as far as shooting features on the ZS15, most shooters who buy this camera are going to be throwing it into intelligent auto mode. And this camera has a great auto mode. Although the ZS15's auto mode is not as robust as something like the Canon PowerShot SX260HS's, it still gets the job done. We have a few nifty features like intelligent handheld night shot. There's also intelligent HDR. This camera has face recognition, and for the most part I found auto mode to be the safest mode to shoot in. If you're going to venture outside of intelligent auto mode, this camera has a fantastic burst shooting mode. You can shoot up to 10 frames per second at full resolution, and there's even a 60 frames per second mode at reduced resolutions. Manual mode is fairly standard with a 15-second shutter speed, ISO that goes up to 3200, and there's a super limited aperture range with this camera. It only goes from f3.3 to f5.9. Of course, there are a bunch of scene modes on the ZS15, and the camera has great creative controls with things like high dynamic range, low key, high key shooting, toy camera, and retro, to name a few. You could also shoot video, HD video, in those modes as well. I did run into a few speed bumps with the ZS15 when it came to shooting features. First off, this camera is a bit slow. It's a bit slow to zoom while you're recording videos. It's a bit slow to autofocus as well. Also, the manual white balance is a terrible system on this camera. Rather than evaluating the scene and having the camera make internal adjustments, you have to rely on a warm, cool slider to get the job done. I found the SX260HS to be superior when it came to adjusting white balance. Also, shooting features in video mode were very limited. Overall, the Lumix DMC-ZS15 offers a basic menu of shooting features. And now, image quality. Image quality with the Panasonic Lumix DMC-ZS15. The ZS lineup has always given me great image quality throughout the years. The ZS15 is no exception, especially in bright light. This camera is great in bright light, in both videos and stills. It has a 12.1 megapixel high sensitivity MOS sensor, which is the same technology found in the higher priced ZS20 and FZ150. As you'll see in my bright light samples in the full review on technobuffalo.com, the quality, the macro quality, the colors, I found to be better than the Canon PowerShot SX260HS, just by a hair. However, when the lights turned low, so did the quality on this camera. It was a lot harder with that manual white balance to get a good, accurate color reading in low light. I was impressed with the high ISO performance, but what good is that when your pictures all look yellow or red? Also, exposure in video mode in low light was very low. I found it lower than the PowerShot SX260HS's. A lot of the times what I had to do was select incandescent white balance mode and use a long shutter. So can you get that quality in low light with the ZS15? Yes, you can, but it takes a lot more to do so. So what's the Buffalo call with the Panasonic Lumix DMC-ZS15? This camera is a good camera. I like its bright light image quality, it's got a great optical zoom, and it's got some essential shooting features that will really help a lot of shooters out there. However, I think you could get a better deal on last year's Canon PowerShot SX230HS. If you're not sure about the Canon either, I should be getting some Sonys in pretty soon. Check out the full review at technobuffalo.com. I've got image samples and video samples. I'm Mike Perlman for Techno Buffalo. Drink your echinacea, kids. I'll see you later. Hi, I'm Noah Kravitz from Rumor Roundup. Round 'em up. Woohoo!